Hey, it's me again. Well, I finally managed to try and find a makeshift thing in which to sort of get the phone not to fall over. It may fall over. I don't know. If it does, then I'll try and recorrect it throughout this whole thing. Anyway, so you may notice that I'm now not with Captain Jack at the moment, or we may do an episode eventually, but there has been a few reviews and all the rest of it, especially even people close to me. Some people like my mum and my cousin, one of my favourite cousins, in fact my favourite cousin. I won't say names. Anyway, anyway, sometimes they find it cringy to watch. And I said to my mum when I said I've made a new episode of me and Captain Jack and all the rest of it, and she said, "Oh, I don't watch that stuff. I find it cringy." And I'm like, "What do you mean it's cringy? You do realise it's me playing with the puppet, and it's actually me talking. You know, this that, and the other." And she's like, "Yo, yeah, but no, I can't stand it." And I'm thinking, all right, okay, well, fair enough. I don't understand why. He's found that quite offensive himself, to be honest with you. And he's going to tell me off for doing this episode without him, I suppose. Anyway, fact of the matter is, I wanted to do a new episode for you guys. For either making you laugh, hopefully. I don't know. It's one of my life experiences that I've had, and hopefully it will give you in a good mood today, and all the rest of it. Now, this was well back before I even joined the army. Now, my dad wanted to prepare me for the army, and I was 18 years old, or just turning 18. And we had a saying at the time. You had that movie out from Will Smith and all the rest of it with the Independence Day. It's not over till the fat lady sings. That was mine and my brother's saying, and as well as my dad's. Like me, my brother, and me, my dad. I said me twice. Was our saying, kind of thing. My other younger brother, he was a lot younger too then, and my sister, there you go. I was the eldest of four, and to be quite honest, in part two, it is horrible, absolutely horrible being the most biggest brother out of all of them. You can go from being the most responsible person to being the most complete and utter twit. Well, hey, there you go. I was responsible first, and now I've become the twit. There you go. Anyway, beside the point. Anyway, as I say, not got Captain Jack today, but we will do later. And here's how we're going to go about it. My family, and this is what I want to dedicate it to, my family, we actually have a lot of stories together. With me and my brother Sean, me and my dad, probably less with Lily and Tom and all the rest of it. But me, Sean, and Dad do actually have quite a lot of stories together. And one in particular I actually want to talk about, and it's only because we're of the same age range, right? Same age range. Although me and Lily and Tom, we do have other stories and all the rest of it. Me, Sean, and Dad, we had a different kind of one. And this is one to listen to. So my dad, it was like I was 18, just turning 18, or I was at 18 at the time, and they paid for my mum and my dad. They paid for us to go skydiving and all the rest of it. Even better. What better thing to do? Right? You could do it from when you're 16, this, that, and the other, right? So me and Sean got to go. I was 18. Sean was 16, turning 17, and all the rest of it. All ready to go. This, that, and the other. And it was about a week's worth of, a week of training, or a couple of days worth of training, this, that, and the other. And the instructor was worried about me and Sean, and we had to go through extensive training. Look, locate, reserve, arch. Yeah. Okay, so we had to look, locate where we're going to go, and then reserve, and then arch, and then that was to deploy your secondary chute if it was going to end up happening. Anyway, we're doing a tandem jump, 3,500 feet. All right, okay. So, fine, okay, fair enough. Me and Sean had the extra training, and we're breaking it a little bit, and you've got a couple of other guys there with us, not just me and my dad. We've got a few other guys with us, and they are like what you could say, the butch people, and they're we're all singing, we're all dancing, kind of. Yeah, we'll get there, kind of thing. Anyway, here's how the story goes. So, the instructor turns around and he says, "We're going up in that plane." And we all looked at it from where he pointed, and we looked at a really nice plane that was like this, that, and the other. Little did we know, he actually meant the plane behind it. Now, the plane that what we thought he was pointing at, was some sort of private plane or something for, I don't know, the Prime Minister or wherever it was. I mean, all thought, we're going up in that. Oh, that's going to be nice. We'll be okay. Took us round the whole loop. We got to a plane that looked like it had been bodgered and badgered, to be quite honest. It was held together with duct tape. It would look like something off of Darkwing Duck, or if you can remember that far back, or it was bad. Like, I mean, this plane, it was held together. I don't even think it was held together with duct tape. I think it was held together with, like, plaster. You make a plaster on your hand, and that was where you needed to go. All right. So we all got in the plane, every single one of us, and it went from heaviest to smallest, and this, that, and the other, and large to tallest, this, that, whatever. Whatever way it went from, I was the second from last. Okay, so everybody else had jumped out. Okay, now this was well before the Lord of the Rings had come out in DVD, where Gimli said, "You need to give me a push," and someone says, he goes, "What?" I had the same experience well before that fucking film came out. All right, I said, "Look, you can't tell anybody. Like, we're doing a tandem jump, so you jump out of the plane, so you get yourself out of the plane, so you move yourself out of the plane, you take a little photograph and all the rest of it. Okay, this is how it works. Take a little photograph with the side of the plane, and that's how it works." So I couldn't get out of the fucking plane, right? So I'm like, and the wind is blowing. we were supposed to only jump from 3,500 feet. Now we've got these watches, and it's going from 3,500 to 3,700, and it's only because it's having to go further and further up because I ain't jumped yet. And I'm thinking, bloody hell. What was going on? I said, look, don't tell anyone, but you need to kick me. He went, what? I said, you need to boot me out. I haven't got enough momentum. To be quite honest, I didn't really want to fucking jump out the fucker anyway. My dad's dream was to throw all of us out of an aeroplane. My dad went first before me and Sean, and I was the last one to go before, so my dad went first, then Sean went, and then I was thinking, well, I've got to fucking go, haven't I? I can't be I'm the eldest, and this is why it sucks being the eldest, and that'll probably be part 2 of any episode. But so I turned around at him and I said, you can't, you've got to fucking kick me out, right? And all of a sudden, he boots me out the freaking aeroplane. So, boom, out the airplane. So instead of like a, hey, I've got a nice picture, I'm like that. I'm fucking feeling it in my back. Anyway, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Anyway, you get to 5,000 and all the rest of it. I tell you what now, anybody that is suffering from a chiropractic problem or anyone that is suffering with a back problem, jump out of a fucking aeroplane, because this thing fucking clicked everything. As soon as you go from there to there, everything in your body fucking clicks. It is unbelievable, right? And then the next thing you're taught is like, right, you got twists in your chute, right? And you're looking up. And I'm looking up and thinking, right, okay. And you got twists in your chute. And you grab hold of these orange little tangle things. So you're like, I'll grab hold of these. Okay. And you're looking up and you go, oh shit, I've got twists. And you're panicking because you're thinking, with all the training that you've had, you're thinking, right, I need to look, locate, cut away, reserve, arch. No. Luckily, I managed to calm myself down before putting my reserve out. Right, and I thought, no, I've got twists. Right, I need to do something. I need to twist. And what they teach you how to do is how to twist. Is you twist your body in the same way that the fucking ropes are going. So I'm going like this. Look up. I got more twists in it than I fucking had before. And I'm thinking, I've gone the fucking wrong fucking way. So you're like, oh, fuck. So you're doing it a double one. And then you look up and, oh, I've got it released. I'm released. I'm going. Whoo, yay. There we go. Right. Once the chute is up, anyway, you get to see everything. It's absolutely sublime. It's absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. But you have to remember where the freaking drop zone is. Now, they try and tell you where the drop zone is, right? So, let me paint the picture for you. We set off on an airfield, right? This side. The aeroplane is circling around and the rest of it. So you got an airfield here and you've got a field here. This one's got some aeroplanes on it, and this one we'll get back to in a little while. Anyway, there's a reason for that. So, with all of that, I'm up in the air and I'm doing all my bit of business and all the rest of it, and I get down. And I'm thinking, I'm not really getting that up, and I'm not even looking at my bloody watch anymore to see how far I'm getting down. And I'm looking down and I'm thinking, I'm not that far from the ground, I'm not that far from the ground. Little did I bloody know, I was almost at the fucking ground. I've done a forward flip. First time I've ever done a forward bloody flip. Landed on my back, in the massive reeds next to the drop zone. And I'm thinking, what? And then you got red 2, are you okay? And I'm like, what? And it was the instructor that had come down after me, had already fucking landed and was fine. And he's landed in the drop zone. So I'm like, who the fuck is red 2 at this point? I'm thinking, who the hell is red 2? And then by a bit of elimination, when I actually got some sort of form of sense back, I was like, I'm alright, I'm okay. And I'm trying to talk to him over the walkie-talkie. It wasn't freaking working, so I just put my hand up. Like that. And all you can see is my hand coming out of these reeds and all the rest of it going, oh, alright. Anyway, my brother who jumped out before me was up a little bit more further higher. I don't know whether or not he got some sort of wind lift or whatever ended up happening with him. But he was red 3. Anyway. But my dad was red 4. But before red 3 came down, my dad came down. And he jumped out first. He was up there for a little while and then came streaming down. Almost landed on top of the instructor. And took him out. Almost took him out. Anyway. Then he goes, oh, right. I can't even remember what Sean was. Anyway. So, Sean, he's going, you're, and he's like, whee! All you see is him literally coming across, down, across the path, across the actual zone of it, and skidding straight across. Like, God knows what skid marks he had on there, and God bless you, Sean. You know. It happened. Like, there was that. Anyway. But that's not all that happened, you see. Because there was quite a few people else that were jumping out with us. The only 3 people that actually landed within the zone of that particular area happened to be the Kearney family. Hands up, that is absolute true. It was the Kearney family. Anyway, so at the end of the whole entire thing, we then went back to a little room where we had a debrief on what had happened. And we all talked about what had happened. Obviously, I shared mine, Sean had shared his, Dad had shared his, the instructor had shared his. Then we found out what happened to the rest that came up with us. And some of these people, they look like mountains, they look like Dwayne Johnson, they look like a Marine, yeah. And then you had one that was an accountant at the time, and you had one that was a banker at the time, this and the other. Anyway, I don't know which one landed in which, but one of them landed in a 10-foot high cornfield, ripped his parachute to get it down from the 10-foot high cornfield, then walked 4 miles the wrong direction to get back to where we were, to then walk 8 miles back to where we actually were when he found out he was wrong. That was pretty weird. Then you had another one. Funnily enough, he was Welsh. Landed in a field of sheep, but didn't just land in a field of sheep. He hit an electric fence with the field of sheep, and I think he definitely got his buzz from that one. The one after that, and the one that is going to haunt me the most, and haunts everybody the most, is you're up in the air. You got and this is where I was saying from before, you have an airfield here and you have another field here. One had planes in, but also the other had planes in. Now, he was a bank manager or an accountant, this, that, and the other. I don't know what the fuck he was thinking. I don't know what. And to be quite honest, I cannot do a little bit because it's very deceiving from being up that high. And he had all these aeroplanes in one, and he had a couple of aeroplanes in another. And he chose to go for the one with the most aeroplanes. Now, at the time, they had a model air show going on. These are £1,000 worth of model aeroplanes that, they can go up, they can come down, and they can pretty much do anything like kind of drone things that we have nowadays. Anyway. Decided who's going to land near there. Plowed straight through all the aeroplanes because he thought he was still 1,000 feet up. Plowed straight through them all, taking out everything, and literally killed everything within that whole entire field. I don't know who became the winner of that model aeroplane freaking thing, but it was never one that lasted. But there you go. And I hope to give you a new story and a new thing to laugh at on the next episode. And you never know, maybe Captain Jack may make his appearance in one of these. Good night, God bless, stay safe, and obviously, wear your mask. See you later. Bye.